All right, you guys are getting tuned in to the CTC channel. You know it's me, your host Charles Anthony, and you know it's time for Chatty Charles, y'all. Now, I know some of you before, the new listeners, they were like, that's a long intro in the last show I did. Well, I like to play new artists and local artists music, so I get them out there so they can be known and get out in the streets. We got Chatty Charles coming up. Don't worry, guys, it's not going to be a 2-minute song. It's not even going to be 30 seconds. I got a special treat for you all today, so I hope everyone's feeling good. 30 seconds, y'all, to deal with it. Here we go. Chatty Charles time. Oh, see now, that wasn't so bad, was it, guys? Well, welcome to the show. I'm Charles Anthony, as I said, and I'm here today, and I'm having a very great privilege. Thank you, guys. I'm very privileged to have in the studio, guys, with me today, a good dear friend of mine, but I'm going to call him Jay, Jules, Jay, whatever. So, this is actually my guest who was on my first show ever, Season 1, Episode 1. Man, when we started that back, beginning COVID life. Come on now. Yeah, he's in the studio. Remember that title of that episode? It was called Girl Gotta Go. And we had another guest on there, one of our good friends, Josh. We call him Josh. He was on the show with us too when we were talking about, the situation he was in, our boy JJ. That's Jules. He's been with this chick, I don't want to call her a chick, this lady, it was about 8 years. I mean, it's been a little bit long time, and, it was getting a little to the pushy part, like, not getting that space, and, she was getting a little bit possessive on him there, and, buttons get pushed, boundaries get crossed. We all know that. We're all in relationships. Like, come on, who ain't got that shit going on? Like, yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. So, we get it. But now we're going to get an update and see what happened over the course of these 8 years. Well, not the 8 years, we weren't there for that. In the course of, now that we're in our third season here. So let's see what happened and where they're at now. Are they happily in love? Did they tie the knot? Did they jump that broom? Did they hit Splitsville? Did they sail a boat into a fairy tale life? Well, I guess you're going to have to stick around and find out, because this is Chatty Charles, and we're going to start with some trivia. So I hope you all are ready, and I hope you're ready to jog your minds. I hope you remember some of those trivia questions from last week and you got the answers for them. If not, well, you guys should start anew and start afresh. There's nothing wrong with that. I say that every day. Be a new you. Every day you wake up, it's a new you. You got to do what you got to do. Are y'all ready for some trivia? All right, let's get it started, y'all. Here we go. All right. So I asked you guys some trivia questions last week. I wanted to jog your minds, and I was hoping that, I could take you back to the 80s, because who doesn't love the 80s? We do love the 80s. So I asked some of the questions in no particular order. Who were the members of Run DMC? 3 names, I said. Who were the members of Run DMC? That's Joseph Simmons, Daryl McDaniels, and Jason Mizzle. That's Run DMC. Who was the leader of the Panama during the Iran-Contra affair was one of the questions. Anyone know? Who was the leader of the Panama during the Iran-Contra affair? And to be honest, I don't know that shit. Manuel Noriega. So if you got that right, then kudos to you. You're a smart person. Maybe you should go on Jeopardy. Okay, moving on. What was the date of famous stock market crash referred to as Black Monday? Now, I know this one because I actually watched the show on Showtime. Hey, free shout out, advertising Showtime, Black Monday. What was the date of famous stock market crash referred to as Black Monday? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was October 19th, 1987. Now, here's one. Who wants a free gift? Now, I'm talking about Oprah. So what year did the Oprah show actually air? What year in the 1980s did Oprah first air her first show? Well, her first show, guys, was in September of 1986. I was just a young buck, 6 years old. Now, think about, well, I'll give it away there, so I'm just going to read the question and see if you guys got it first. Who was the youngest boxing heavyweight champion in history at the age of 20 years old? One more time. Who was the youngest boxing heavyweight champion in history at the age of just 20 years old in the 80s? Well, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, this might be a shocker. Guess who? For those of you who are boxing fans, that's Mike Tyson. Or for those of you who like people who bite people's ears, that's Mike Tyson. Or for those of you who like people with a tattooed face, Mike Tyson. And those who beat their wives back in the day, sorry, Robin Giddings, that's Mike Tyson. Moving on. Okay, guys. What year was the first Apple Macintosh computer introduced? Again, the first Apple Macintosh computer. What year was it introduced? That's 1984. Now, here's a quick few for you guys to jog your mind and have the answers for next week. Come on. And don't go Googling the answers. I mean, if you do, give a report about it. I don't know who you're giving the report to because I'm not reading it, but whatever. Who said the line, "Read my lips, no new taxes"? Who said the line, "Read my lips, no new taxes"? What year was CNN founded? Those fans of CNN, what year was it founded? Here's a good one. What was the name of the film that made leggings, leg warmers, and cut sweatshirts so popular? The name of the film that made leggings, leg warmers, and cut sweatshirts very popular in the 80s. What was it? What was Ronald Reagan's nickname? What was Ronald Reagan's nickname? What were the names of the main characters in Moonlighting? Very good movie. I do remember that. But one of the main characters I thought would be it. It's not even listed here. What were the names of the main characters in Moonlighting? And finally, to those who like the soccer or football, they say in some countries, who won the 1982 FIFA World Cup? Who won the FIFA World Cup in 1982? Who was it? Those are some things you're going to have to think about and jog your mind and see how well it's working, and come back next week and find out if you were correct with those little trivia questions. How did you guys do? Did any of you guys do well on the ones from last week? If not, you're learning something, guys. I mean, you're getting the trivia, you're getting some education, you're getting some knowledge that you didn't know. Sharpen your mind every day. That's what we do here. Open mind, open time. That's what we do on the Chatty Charles Show. So, guys, I'm going to fill you in on my week because I just have to. Now, today is my Monday, but let me tell you, I've had a lot to think about today, and I didn't plan on thinking about any of this stuff. It just, crossed my brain and my mind. I'm sitting at work dealing with other matters, that are on the clock that I'm getting paid for. I'm sitting there thinking about just the events of this weekend. I mean, I did get to catch up on some rest. I did sleep in, so that's very nice, which I rarely ever get to catch up on any sleep, but I did. I slept, and I slept it well. I did. So, on top of that, mine is getting all the sleep. I had a phone call from a friend, and it's not just a friend. He's like a brother. It's family. Like, when you move to a place and you meet people and you become one, you develop your own family because you're away from your immediate family. So it's like when you can't make it home for those holidays, it's like you do those holidays with them, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. You guys make a plan, you come out, maybe you do a potluck. You know what I'm talking about. We all have those extended families out there somewhere, whether they're college friends, whether they're childhood friends, or randos you met that became your friends and became your family. We're not going to knock you guys. I mean, it happens. There's a bunch of randos everywhere in the world. Come on. So anyway, but how about picture, you were the foundation of that friendship, okay? You're the foundation that creates that structure, that friendship, that builds that structure to make it such a strong structure that it does not fall when it's given that test. Now, ponder this. You build this up, so as your foundation's built, there's you, the beginning of the foundation, and then someone else comes along and you two become an item, a friendship, a bond that you build, and then that creates your wall right there, your foundation, the bottom foundation. It's like boom, right there. And then other people coming along, whether they're friends, a friend that move here, that build along that wall of yours and that structure and build that foundation larger. And literally through life, it's like years, 1, 2, 3, multiple, 8, decade. You guys share every event together. Like you do the holidays, you celebrate each other's birthdays, special moments. Man, like when your parents come in town, you make sure it's a point that you're there with them when your parents are on that visit, or whoever friends or whoever comes in town to visit, because you're like, that's a part of my life. Like, yo, you're my brother in real life to the visitor, but this is my brother here in LA. And you have that bond. And your sisterhood, brotherhoods, your family. It's the same way. Because you need people to rely on, to be dependent on, that you hope you can call your family when you're in a different space and living in a different place. Like for me, I'm across the country. My family's all the way on the other side, okay? So you develop these relationships and you hold on to them, you value them, and you think that in some return, in some respect, there's things that should go without asking. Like, I know that I go out of my way to do things for others without them asking, just because that's who I am out of my heart. I like to make people feel good. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a good quality and characteristic of mine, I must say. That's very good. A lot of people don't have that. They don't have that natural thing, that natural instinct just to be a good person and just to give out of your heart, or just to give because someone is in need more than you. Hell, it might be, I've had times I'm like, shit, here, I was gonna buy, whatever, here's my last $5, whatever, because someone might need it more than me. You never know. You give, I always believe that it'll come back to you tenfold. I've always learned that. I've known that from the church, from my parents, good old Christian boy, and youth minister, a Locust United Methodist Church. Shout out to you down there in Columbia, Maryland, or over there, not down there. I am west of you right now. So there's some things that go without a given that you think, like, you don't call people and ask people for invitations to like a birthday party or a graduation, or a christening or even a wedding, right? No, because that doesn't seem out right. That's kind of like tacky. No, because some things go without being or having to be spoken that you should know. In your heart as a friend, or maybe on some sides, or maybe some people are just cold-hearted on the other side, because I question what would be the intentions, the actions, along with the reasons for not inviting someone who is literally like, if you want to call your extended family that you have, the father of the group. You ain't gonna invite your father to your event. Come on, that's like. In fact, you gotta remember, this is where it really should hit you. Don't you think it's gonna be like, everyone's gonna be like, where is A, B, whatever their name is, C? That's gonna be asked. People are gonna wondering. Questions gonna be asked. Do you want to answer these questions? Also, where is he? Where is she? A pivotal moment after a plague that has wreaked this country, and not just the plague of COVID-19, the plague of racism, the plague of hate. We got bombs, so not us personally right now, but we are trying to help Ukraine. But look what's going on in the world, country. We've been separated and locked in our homes, and what we need now is loving, tender, and touching, and to be able to embrace those people in our lives that have made it through this journey with us, who have been on those journeys with us through, God knows, over the years. This is the time to celebrate each other and to be proud, because these are the pivotal moments of your life, and you cannot go back and wish that you had done something then instead of not doing it then. That's something you gotta live with. But hey, you know who you can talk to. It's me. You can come to me, because I am Chatty Charles, and I'll say what's on my mind, because that's how I do. I don't fake the funk. That's right, Bailey. See my dog backing me up back there. So far, I hope I got your attention. I hope y'all are still here. Welcome new listeners to the show. Make sure you share and follow. That's right, Bailey's behind me. Ooh, yeah, because he's doing this. He feeling me. We'll come back on that conversation that I was talking about. I'm going to get into that with that special guest I told you that's going to be here on the show with me today from Season 1, Episode 1. That, yes, ladies and gentlemen, is the one, the only JJ Jules. That's what I'm calling him. He's going to be up in the studio. Yes. And we're going to find out about that 8 years in that relationship. Is it a yay or is it a nay? We'll find out. We're going to find out. But right now, I know, Bailey, we got to take a break. We'll be back, y'all. Don't go nowhere. This break is not going to be long. This one's just for the sponsors. That's right. We're back from commercial break. That's right. We're back from commercial break. Come on. Welcome back to the CTC. That's Chatty Charles, and I'm your host, Charles Anthony. So, guys, as I was stating, we have a special guest in the studio. In the studio with us today. And we call him JJ Jules. And we're going to talk about, yes, he was in a relationship, and it's 8 years, so I'm going to let you tell him. So, Jules, JJ, first of all, everyone, let's welcome JJ to the show. How are you doing, JJ? It's good to have you. Good to have you in the studio. Thank you so much for coming out today. How have you been?
Good.
Don't be shy. Speak up.
Family has been well. Friends have been well.
Yeah. So how's COVID been hanging with you? Been working a lot?
Other than COVID's been a little bit disappearing. It's funny how the summer hit and all of a sudden COVID disappeared and this vaccine mandates disappeared. But everything's been good. Family's okay, thankfully, and the reopening has definitely helped businesses and businesses like mine, and it's definitely pushing and starting up again, and everything's been swell.
That's good. Does it feel weird not to be wearing a mask anymore?
No, it actually it does feel weird at times. Like sometimes when I'm at the gas station, like when I'm leaving towards the gas station and I'm almost to the door, I'm like, oh shit, my mask. And I'm like, oh shit, we don't need it. Okay, I'm good. So
yeah, I think we're all very, very guilty of that. We're always like, I get out the car, I'm halfway to the door, you gotta go back. I'm like, damn, I gotta get my mask. It's like such an inconvenience now, but like,
yeah.
At that one point we all were like, I'm wearing a mask forever. From now on, it's a fashion statement. Fuck that, I'm wearing a mask. Like, I'm not going nowhere without a mask, right?
Yeah. So it's definitely it's a good feeling that we don't need our masks. That now it's by choice, and it definitely does feel good having your mask on when you're in a crowded area, and people still have that option. So it feels good.
Yeah, and you know what's really crazy is that some people still wear the mask, some people don't wear the mask. But no one even talks about it anymore. It's not even a question. You don't have these crazy psycho people out here like, mask,
yeah.
like nothing. All of a sudden, it's all quiet, like nothing
It
happened.
just disappeared, right?
Right. I'm like Usain peddlers out here yelling at people, starting shit, Karen in it up all over the damn place. And now it's like, oh, you didn't say nothing about nothing.
Yeah, like you would almost have guilt if you didn't have a mask or if you weren't vaccinated in some places like they would always almost give you a look like, oh my god, now it's like it literally disappeared, and it's almost like laughable and like, hey, what the fuck?
Right. Smack in your face.
Right.
Well, listeners, I say viewers. I got a couple viewers. As you know, those who've been with us since season 1, episode 1, And y'all might notice I'm licking my lips because I got a very delicious lollipop and I can't help it. But season 1, episode 1, when I first started doing the podcast, literally we were sitting in the back of the car, just me, this one, and another one of our buddies, and we were just chatting away, just like, you know, having conversation, just talking about life, like relationships, and you know what's going on in our personal lives and our relationships. And like, we were probably a good 45 minutes, hour into the conversation already. And I was like, man, this should be good, man, just for people to hear this, like, the true, like, what's going on, you know, whether it's straight, gay, whatever, just what's going on in dudes' minds, like, because you don't ever hear, like, dudes, like, that really, oh, yeah, that's right, Billy, you don't ever really hear dudes out here, like, just talking and discussing their feelings, right? So, you know, I was like, this would make a great podcast, we got to do this, definitely. We definitely got to do this. So, that's where we started. We started at season 1 doing this, so it was dope. So, Julian, I want right now, Billy's over here having a little heart attack. So, I want basically, Julian, tell everyone literally, I want you to tell them about your situation. Oh, Billy just wants to be loud. He wants the attention. I want you to tell everyone about your situation you had basically, that you have with your girl. All right, so tell us, JJ, tell us, how's the relationship life going right now?
It's actually, life is going good, but relationship-wise, as we were talking about in the last episode, your very first episode, how we met up, and we were all, as guys, talking about relationships, partners, and such. I was in an 8-year relationship, and man, it was going really, really good. And I actually got engaged also too with that girl, with that chick. And we had we moved in together, and we actually had a really good time together. But unfortunately, like many adults say, we just didn't meet eye to eye, and I've heard people say you kind of grow out of something. I feel like this was one of those things where I wanted something and she wanted something else, and at the end of the day we couldn't decide together, and it just created a fuss. And I think how when we were talking about the first episode, we were talking about how many things about her and her past are in the way, and just like recent with that fuss and that little disagreement, I think it just added on, and it definitely it just all hit like a whole full plate, and I just decided to leave and decided for just I was over it, and that's where I'm at now. The last time we like actually talked and argued, I told her I'm done. I'm leaving. I don't want to do this anymore. And yeah, and we just never spoke since, and that's where I'm at now. So from episode 1, that's where I'm at now, present time.
There's nothing wrong with that. We commend you for that, though. Commend you for that. You definitely get some props for that, man. I mean, trust me. I mean, he's like I told you all, he is a very good friend of mine. He's like a brother to me, and let me tell you, he had, people have up and downs in the relationships. We share that with each other, because you confide in certain people. That also kind of, touch bases with the story I was telling earlier about. And, he happens to know, in particular, a situation that was kind of handed to me on a Sunday afternoon with a FaceTime call from another dear friend who's like a brother to me. But I'm glad that call came in, because it just brought more awareness and light to a situation that I wasn't even aware of, or didn't think I'd be a factor of whether there'd be an extended invitation or not. But that's how life hits you, right? I mean, Julian, 8 years, and he went out and got engaged, and then it ended up not working out. Things take time to figure out, and sometimes it can take that amount of time. I mean, going through it now, do you find do you find? Well, first of all, have you gotten back out there into the dating pool?
To be quite honest, I haven't really tried. It has approached me itself. Like I've played in places in bars or just in normal everyday air and stuff. And I have been hit on or approached, but nothing that I've approached or even kind of tried. Just because when I had this, I've had multiple breakups with this actual chick. Like, so I know what comes with it, what she's gonna do, what I'm gonna do. And I've tried, like I said, I tried to move on in the past, and I just honestly couldn't. So this time around, I didn't really give it a go. Like I said, even when I was approached, I didn't really try it or in a way accept it. So I've just kind of been single, just how they say, just doing me and just doing my own thing day by day. And
right, because I know I've tried it. I'm like, come on, Jules, you're coming out with us. You're coming out with this. You're coming out with us.
No, and definitely, I've had friends that like Charles, like that they push me, and they like, for example, one time we were at work and there was this beautiful chick, and all the guys were us guys were walking past, and for some reason, like this chick didn't smile or look for 1 second at the other guys. And when we passed each other, we kind of gave each other a look, and she smiled so hard. It was so insane. And then I was like, am I tripping, blah, blah, blah. And all the guys were gassing me up. They're like, did you see how she smiled at you, blah, blah, blah. And I just didn't approach it. But either way, like, there has been things like that where Charles and my friends, they try to help me and move on. I think he's even tried to help me go on to a dating site. And I've also myself have tried signing up for them. But I think I did Tinder as a joke, but no, I haven't really tried.
The internet dating thing is like still kind of funny.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, yeah, I'll say I was in that mix for a few years, but then it ends up never working out to be like
it's
anything. I mean, I've seen like 1 out of like million
10,
people maybe find that. But most of the time, like, dude, it's
not it. Yeah, it's not.
It's a hook.
Yeah,
100%.
So
I mean, but hey, you gotta get that tension out of there too. That comes with the whole not having that consistent one person that you would hopefully be able to rely on, that you can go to bed with and have relations with at nighttime. I mean, but some of y'all are in those cold, stale relationships still, so. Right. Sorry about that. But it's been how long has it been now? You've now been single for approximately how long?
It's been since December, like towards the end of December. So I want to say like about 4 to 5 months.
4 to 5 months. I mean, shit. You make it over that 90-day hump. Then it's kind of like
no, and it's so crazy because time goes by so slow, and it just, like, to be quite honest, not to bring anyone down, that's not saying, but man, it just feels so sucky. Like the days feel like it's just how it
long days.
Yeah, it just goes by so slow, and every single day I'm not with this person that I miss. I'm just like, how can this person just like live without me, like be without me, like at night, sleep without me? Like it low-key really did hurt, and the first couple of months, weeks, and days were definitely the hardest. It felt so long, but now I guess after so many days and it being a habit, I guess I have been used to it. It's been so long that I kind of, like I said, been doing my own thing, and now it's been getting better.
Trying to occupy that mind and that time. Yeah, you gotta take that time.
So it's definitely been better, and also I think I after the breakup, I never checked up on her or spied on her, how women say.
You weren't checking no Instagram, no Facebook.
Like no. To be honest, I told myself like, no, I don't want to do that, like this and that.
Yeah.
And
you don't want to see what's going on.
Yeah,
you don't need to see that.
I don't. So to be quite honest, for the first 50 effing days, I did not see anything, and on the 50th day, I for some reason missed her, and I think I told my friend, I haven't seen her in this long. So I checked on her, and man, it just like, it hurt so much. But then it hurt so much. But then I'm just like, man, like I don't know, like.
But you gotta. They say it takes what, like
21 days to break a habit or something.
Well, a habit, but as far as in
Relationship
love and relationships,
yeah.
they say it's like you gotta have 2 big heartbreaks to get to like your real true love. You have like 2 to 3 big heartbreaks until you find that true love. I wonder if that's true, because shit. Yeah, I mean, I haven't, as far as myself, I haven't had many relationships where I can sit up there and say it was actually like, because I'm very particular who I'm gonna date or who I'm gonna call my partner. So I've had those 2 or 3. So I'm at a good place now. So I'm hoping and pray to God, knock on wood too, it stays that way. Yeah, we have our ups and downs. I share that with you all. But who doesn't have their ups and downs? Life is not perfect. It's not meant to be. Mm-hmm. If life is perfect, it'd be easier. Everybody be cruising away and getting away with shit like Donald Trump. But that's not the case now. Yeah, is it? Okay, it's not. Well, that's good, though, that you're finding strength within yourself. That's what we always talk about here on the show. So, you guys got to have your self-affirmations. You got to have self-love, take care. You got to have that self-care. You got to have that positive mind that things are going to be brighter. They may not be that good that day, that moment, that time, but guess what? Tomorrow's another day, and you're blessed in it just to be able to wake up that next day. Be blessed with that feeling that you're given that opportunity. So you know that coming the next day, you're going to wake up, you're going to rise, and you're giving another opportunity to fix, change, or move forward in life and accept the things that you've done in your past, because yesterday is in the past, and today is a new day. That's what you have to do. I mean, given my situation, like I'm saying, my situation, you know these people very well. You know the entire family. You're literally part of the family. So, like, is that cold-hearted? What's your take on that? Like, if anything, do you think I should have been invited to this event without having to ask for an invitation?
To be honest, from your point of view, I see it from two point of views. I see it from your point of view of the friendship, and I see it from her point of view as the wedding. Yeah, from your point of view, it does suck, and then in a way it kind of seems like fucked up and wrong, and like in so many ways. But for some reason, I feel like a wedding should be everything. Like kind of corny as they say, it should be everything about the lady and the husband. And the husband too. Exactly. But so sometimes it could be an issue with, I can only invite this amount of guests, blah blah blah. Or sometimes it could be a million reasons. But if someone
the spotlight, am I too shiny out there?
But if someone didn't invite me for like something like I guess crazy big like that, if it was a regular party, I'd be 100% offended. But if it's for like a wedding that they want to try to remember for the rest of their lives, for some reason they invited those certain people. Okay, cool, that's cool. I'm not gonna be like sour about it, and I'm gonna be like whatever, like that's cool, this and that. Exactly. But as a friend perspective, of course, like I have that right to be like a little sour, like this and that, like you have that right as a friend and everything too. Exactly. But yeah, definitely, I see it in both perspectives.
Hey, I'll be out celebrating me on that day. There's nothing wrong with that, celebrating myself, because I got big events, big things coming up, That's going to be another episode. That'll probably be season 4. Because I'm going to be needing some of you listeners to help me out. Because y'all out there who know about the wedding planning and all that, which I know how to do all that stuff. But I'm actually going to need some ears to listen. And I'm going to need some mouths to move. And I'm going to need some suggestions, a lot of them. So I'm going to be asking you guys, what do you think? I'll be sharing what I'm doing on my process of preparing for this big day for myself. Speaking of, there's the big calling the phone. But so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. JJ's on the show today. I'm always trying to keep it fresh and new with you guys here on Chatty Charles. I hope you guys jogged your minds with those trivia questions. And remember, every day is a new day. Live within it. Love who you are. Don't be scared to shout. Don't be scared to tell them who you are. Let it all go, because that's who you are. Let it all go, because that's who you are. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. Just come here relax, unwind, and listen to the real truth. Listen to the real truth. That's what we do here at Chatty Charles, listening to the truth. Right? That's what we do, y'all. Give it up. Give it up for my guests. I had JJ Jules up in the stage. Yeah. We all came out, y'all. I'm glad y'all were here to listen to this episode in season 3. We're getting there, y'all. Cinco de Mayo's this week. Y'all got plans. Y'all making some tacos. Y'all got your margarita mixers. What y'all doing? Y'all getting pumped? Y'all getting hyped? Yeah? Yeah? Backyard parties, indoor parties, pool parties. Hell, it's going to be crazy. But make sure y'all do it with love. And make sure you're very safe. And guys, watch your backs. You got to look over your shoulders in these days and times. Some people still out here acting crazy. And I don't have to tell you that. Just look at the news and just look around you. Because I know what's going on here in LA. I can tell you that. Look over your back. Stay good. God bless. Give someone a hug. Do something that you wouldn't do for somebody. Just do it out of the kindness of your heart. Don't need a reason. Just do it. We're out. Thank you for joining us on the CTC. This is Charles Anthony signing out of Chatty Charles. Thank you for joining me, Jules.
Of course.
We're out.